Good morning, welcome back to Orot Hateshuva, Rav Avram Yitzchak HaKohen Cook. This is part 21. Our learning is dedicated to the Refuah Shlema of Shimona Bas Daniela. In the second chapter of Orot Hateshuva, Rav Kook talks about two modes of tshuva, two types of tshuva that bring us to our level of shleimut, our level of completion. One is tshuva pitomit u tshuva hadragit. There is tshuva that is sudden tshuva, inspired tshuva, and then there's tshuva that climbs slowly, methodically up the rungs of the ladder until you get to the top of the post. Those two levels of tshuva are part of who we all are. Usually we think of the Baal Tshuva as doing tshuva pitomit. Suddenly, the story of Elazar ben Dordaya, who has an inspiration, he's at the lowest point and suddenly he jumps up like a spring-loaded mechanism to the top of the mountain. That's one type of tshuva. And then there's the tzaddik gomer who climbs little by little throughout his whole life. We usually conceive of these two different individuals. Rav Kook sees actually these kinds of tshuvas as being the two kinds of tshuvas we all experience. What is tshuva pitom? It's sudden tshuva. It's eze barak ruchani anichnas b'neshama. It is a lightning bolt that suddenly enters the soul. It's a moment of inspiration, a moment of clarity. Can you imagine if you're in a dark room and you can't see and you're fumbling around, you're bumping into furniture, a desk and a chair and tripping over all sorts of things, and suddenly lightning strikes outside and you have crystal clarity in the room. There's light in the room for a moment. You could see where everything is. You could see what you were nichshal over. You could see what you were tripping on. And you could see where you can go, how you get to the door, how you get to the light bulb. That's tshuva pitom. It's a sudden bolt in your life that gives you a moment of clarity, that shows you the direction, but it doesn't last forever. And this is why when you hear your favorite song at a tish and you're inspired and you want to know, why can't Judaism always be like that? Why can't it always be a lightning bolt? The answer is that's tshuva pitom. It's sudden inspiration, and you can't live in summer camp. You can't live in the song constantly. And then there's the tshuva hadragit. There's the slow, methodical search where you go through your innards, where you go through the inner workings of every midah, and you refine every trait. I work on anger, and I work on jealousy, and I work on lashon hara, and each step I climb up and up and up and up. And no step is sudden inspiration. It takes a long time to get to where you're supposed to be, and each step could be agonizing, and it doesn't necessarily fulfill you. You don't feel that you're accomplishing that much at every step. But the reality is, once you know where the light is, once you know where the light switch is, you could then identify each step that has to be taken. Well, I remember when I saw the lightning bolt in tshuva pitomit, I saw where the chair was, I saw where the table was. I know now how to maneuver around the room, how to avoid various obstacles. And now I could take each one by one, and work on a midah, and work on myself as I climb upward to the higher level. Rav Kook closes the second chapter with an interesting line. He says that from this mitoch hakarazo, from this recognition, shiakara lokit be'emet, ba tshuva me'ava b'chaya prat b'chaya klal. That's where we get to tshuva ha'ava. We think that tshuva me'ava, love, is when you're infatuated, is when you feel sudden inspiration, like you're connected to God. That's tshuva pitomit. It's not fake. It's a moment of inspiration, but it's not real ava. Real avas Hashem is the day in, day out climb that doesn't necessarily feel fulfilling in the moment. You imagine the first moment you hold your child. That's tshuva pitomit. That's a lightning bolt. That's an inspiration of the moment. But what's real ahava? Real ahava is 6 months later when you wake up at 3 a.m. to do a feeding. Real ahava is 5 years down the line when you have to work with a tutor. Real ahava is 10, 15 years down the line when you have to deal with problems of behavior. That's when you determine if you love a child. Not when you hold a sweet, perfect child in your arms and it look cute and they don't give you any problems. But when you have to start to engage, to really work and refine each trait, that's love. So tshuva pitomit is a gift from Shamayim. We have to be inspired. We have to start with the niggin. But after we get there, we then go back. We tread our steps, and we work on each trait one by one until we become a truly refined individual. And that's the level of the tzaddik gomer.